Hello everyone, what's up? It's me and Junkmaster3 and this video turned out to be quite delayed because I was thinking of making this in the beginning of January, but the reason why I haven't done that was because of the whole COVID-19 situation. So I thought I should make this video right now before I forget about most of these films. And like you probably know me, I usually do these type of lists at the end of the year or like in the beginning of the next year. Yeah, first off is gonna be the top 10 movies that I've watched during 2020, and after this video, I'm gonna try to make the top 10 worst films I've seen during 2020. 2020. Damn, sorry. Yeah, this is gonna be the top 10 best ones that I've seen. So let's start with number 10. At number 10, we have The Invisible Man, the original one from 1933. Even though I've heard the so-called remake is supposed to be a really good remake, I haven't seen that one yet. But the reason why is because most of the time it's just the same issue, not issue, but whenever a film gets like hyped, I just don't want to watch it. I just rather wait till the hype is just gone. Yeah, Invisible Man, the original one from 1933, is coming in at number 10. Really great film, and I'm really amazed of how well how well made it was. Because I mean, it's from the 30s, and the way they made him invisible, and it's just amazing to me. So really a tragic story as well, but overall it's a great film. Yeah, The Invisible Man at number 10. And at number 9 is a film that I think some people would consider a classic today, which I have never seen before until last year. And the film is Soldier Blue at number 9. Um, this is some really vile and like disgusting things because it has to do with the American like Civil War, I believe. I mean, it's basically a war between like the army and the Indians. Um, and first up, it just plays out like a typical like romance story, really. And towards the end, it just gets so damn dark and so damn bleak, like just like that. Um, I mean, once again, this is another really tragic film, but damn, the acting is great, the atmosphere is really great, and I really like the costumes or like all of the clothing, whatever they have. I mean, the army stuff and the Indians and all of that. So it really felt like they put some real effort into making this film. Yeah, keep in mind this is a really tragic story, and it's actually based on true events as well. But anyway, Soldier Blue at number 9, really great film. Then we have a number 8, a film that got sent to me by one of my friends that said, "Well, this is a classic. Haven't you seen this one yet?" And I watched this during Christmas as well, so that even adds to the atmosphere. But the film is called Scrooged at number 8 with Bill Murray. I think most people probably have watched this by now, but this was a really great Christmas film. Um, Once again, I think I'm so surprised that I haven't seen this one yet because this is an 80s film as well. And you know me, when it comes to 80s films in general, I'm a big fan of those. Once again, this is a film that's just so amazing to me because it felt like every single actor in this put on their best showing. And there isn't really any character that you feel, well, this actor did a bad job, or this actress did a terrible job, or anything like that. I mean, it's everyone put on their best, and it works really well, and the story is heartwarming, and the songs are really great as well. So yeah, Scrooged at number 8. And at number 7, of course, we have some weird translated title for this because this is a Chinese film. This is actually a parody of James Bond films, but the film is called From Beijing with Love. This is one of the funniest action parody comedies that I've seen in a long time. I laughed my ass off in so many sequences in this. If you're a fan of like parody films, I mean, overall, I'm not that big fan of parody films to begin with, but I'll make an exception for this one because this was amazing and funny as hell. I laughed my ass off. This really did deliver. I don't want to tell you that much about the story, but just imagine James Bond, but with even more craziness to it and more like violence. Yeah, From Beijing with Love at number 7. Was it number 7? Yeah, number 7. At number 6, we have a film called Hotel Mumbai from 2018. And this film is, once again, there's a whole lot of tragic films on this list. But this is also based off of true events, and I had no idea about this film. I mean, I had no idea what the film was about when I started to watch this film, because I watched this on TV. And yeah, I mean, once again, a really tragic story. It's about like terrorists that tries to take over this hotel in India, and you basically have to follow these characters that were like these people that live in this hotel, and their struggle to survive, and they have to do all types of crazy shit to try to survive this incident or this terrorist hostage situation. So yeah, really great and really amazing acting as well. So yeah, Hotel Mumbai at number 6. Now I know I feel very repetitive when I'm talking about these films, but most of these films I ended up giving a 10 out of 10. So yeah, not yeah, these are really amazing films, but that's just according to me. Some of you might think, well, it's not that good, but just my personal opinion. And number 5 is a film that I really enjoyed, and I think this had some similarities with Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist in a weird way. I mean, like a twist in between. I know that sounds really weird, but that's the best way I could describe it. But the film is called The Sentinel from 1977. Why I keep looking at this direction is because I have the list over here. So this is a very underrated film. I rarely hear anyone talk about this one. I think this should be considered a classic because this really blew me away, and I think more people should give it a chance, and I think it deserves way more praise. Yeah. Now I just completely lost track, but really atmospheric as well. But well, then it is the 70s, and when it comes horror films from the 70s and 80s, they tend to be very atmospheric and really creepy, and especially the ones from the 70s. But yeah, The Sentinel at number 5. And at number 4, we have a film called. Oh, once again, we're gonna go with these because it's just because it's a foreign film. It's some really weird title here on the IMDb, so I need to check up on this. But yeah, that's it called. The next is a film. This film is actually an animated film, and it looks amazing, and it's really great, and it's quite violent as well. And I really like those type of films, which are like animated, but they try to be a little bit more violent, or I mean, they dare to be more violent, and I think there is a whole lack of films like that. But the film is called Sword of the Stranger from 2007. Yeah, about this Lone Ranger, basically not Lone Ranger, but this samurai guy who has I think they just call him No Name. He's really a mystery, and there's all these clashes in between these types of clans or whatever, like samurai clans, and he basically has to face off against one of the strongest like opponents that he's ever met before. And one of the main reasons why he do this is because yes, he wants to protect this little boy and his dog. I mean, when the film begins, he doesn't really care too much about this boy, but throughout the film he gets more and more emotionally like attached to him, not romantically, but he really cares for this boy eventually. So yeah, really great film. Really, I mean, this is one of the most awesome looking films I've seen in a good time. And then when it comes to the whole animation and all of that, so it really flows really well. So yeah, Sword of the Stranger, I believe it was called. Now I have to double check again. Yeah, Sword of the Stranger. I just completely lost track there, but yeah, number 4. And number 3 is a film that I think I might have seen before when I was younger. I think they showed this on TV back then as well, but this is a film that I watched on TV as well. And right when I saw the end credits roll, I thought, well, better get this film on DVD right away. So I just ordered it right after I watched it, basically on TV. So the film is called Strange Days from 1995, yeah. Directed by Catherine Bigelow with Ralph Fiennes and Angela Bassett. This is a very weird film to describe. This is definitely a film you need to experience. It's yeah, it's indescribable, really. I think some people really enjoy this one, and some people just don't care for it that much. But it has a very '90s feel to it, and I think the all the actors did a really amazing job. And the thing that I remember the most was towards the end, which I'm not gonna spoil, but it was like some fight or like a gunfight scene in towards the end that I'm just gonna put it at that, but that just stuck in my mind for some reason. So and ever since I saw that, I thought that film was The Stepfather, but yeah, it wasn't. So yeah, but anyway, Strange Days. I think most people have probably seen this by now, but 1995. Then at number two, now I've been mumbling on for almost 11 minutes, so I need to speed up a little bit. We have two more films to talk about a little bit. So at number two is a film that I actually did watch on YouTube. The film is called Thunder Alley from 1985. Now, this is a film that needs a re release or like a proper DVD or Blu ray release, because I think Anchor Bay released this like back in the early 2000s, and I don't think any other company has released it since then. So it has been like out of print in like forever, and I even tried to find this on VHS as well, and I saw that the VHS went for really crazy money as well. So yeah, the movie is called Thunder Alley. Did I say that, or did I just? Yeah, I did say that. Sorry, but this movie really needs a re-release. I think that there might be some issue with the soundtrack or something like that. That maybe that's the reason why it hasn't gotten a re-release. Um, the film is really like this film really. I mean, you really feel emotionally attached to these characters because it felt like this could have been based off of true events. I don't think it is, but it felt like this could have happened back in the 80s, like all the time with all types of different bands, because this is a film about this like rock band, and they try to make it big, and of course there are some problems because I think the lead singer starts to take drugs and the other people try to urge him not to do that, and everything falls apart and people starts like bashing on each other. And I mean, these characters are really interesting to me, and I think the music in the film is really amazing as well. So yeah, I would love to see any company just to really release this on DVD or Blu-ray. And yeah, I loved this film right off the bat. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for this one. Okay, like most of these films on this list. So yeah. And at number one is a film which is called VFW, which came out 2 years ago right now. Um, if you like 80s films, and if you like throwback films, and if you like really gory and bloody films, this is the film for you. And I really like the cast as well, because they have Stephen Lang, William Sadler, Fred Williamson, Martin Cove, among other like really famous people that were really big in the 80s and 90s and whatnot. So really nostalgic in a weird way as well, because you have all of these really famous actors in it. And I would say, I think one of my friends actually said that, and I totally agree with him on that, but this would work really well in a double bill along with Hobo with a Shotgun. So they have this sort of same type of similarities or tone to them. So yeah, VFW. Uh, yeah, seek it out if you haven't seen it. It's one of the better films I've seen in a long time, like newer ones. So yeah. So that's all for the top 10 of 2020, the best films that I've watched. Next up is going to be top 10 worst films I've watched in 2020, so that's going to be interesting. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and keep your eyes open for the next one. So see you next time. Bye bye.